Hello, you're watching Uzbekistan 24 TV channel, and today we would like to talk about the cooperation between Central Asia and European Union. Our interlocutor as EU ambassador to Uzbekistan, Ms. Charlotte Adriaen. Hello, and thank you for joining us. We are on the eve of the large-scale event which to be held in November in Samarkand, EU Central Asia Connectivity Conference Global Gateway. Let's talk about the main goals and the importance of the event.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I think this is an important time for us and for Uzbekistan in particular, because for us this conference is of real importance. It shows how strategic, in fact, EU also puts Central Asia, and it also shows how important our relationship with Uzbekistan is. And we're very happy that Uzbekistan and the President Mirziyoyev has accepted to host the conference. This is important. We will have our High Representative and Vice President Borrell coming, and also our Commissioner for International Partnerships, Mrs. Jutta Urpilainen, as well as the President of EBRD. This is important. This shows how important this conference is. And why is it important? Because it's about connectivity. And we know how important connectivity is for Central Asia. We know how important it is for Uzbekistan as a double landlocked country. And we need to find ways, in fact, of supporting Central Asia and in strengthening, in fact, its own possibilities for connectivity. We know we want to support this, and we believe that this is a strategic importance both for Central Asia but also for the European Union. So the conference will be about creating, in fact, links, creating global gateways, creating links in terms of transport, but also in terms of digital gateways and in terms of energy and water. And these three thematics have been chosen together with our partners in Central Asia, including Uzbekistan, because these are probably the ones where we have most, let's say, most links, but also most possibilities also to support each other. So the idea for us is really to increase the resilience and the prosperity of Central Asia, but also really, in fact, supporting together with all our EU member states and together with our international financial institutions, but also together with the private sector to see how we can support, in fact, better connectivity in Central Asia, but also with Central Asia. Now, within the conference, in fact, itself will be about specific thematics, as I said. On the digital, we will be suggesting, in fact, the European Union will be suggesting what we call a Team Europe initiative, which is about, in fact, digitalization, because we believe that digitalization, and we know that our partners in Central Asia, all our partners, are interested in the digital agenda and digitalization, because it's important for growth, because it's important for education, for research, for innovation, for health. So we would definitely like to also support the idea of increasing the interconnectivity, the digital interconnectivity between Europe and Central Asia. So this is one of the, let's say, the gateways that we want to open during the conference. Another one is, in fact, about the transport, which is important as well. As you know, we have, for Uzbekistan, for example, we have GSP Plus, and GSP Plus is an opportunity for export of goods from Uzbekistan to Europe. But for this, you need a corridor, and you need a transport gateway, you need a possibility, and in fact, you need an efficient and also, let's say, a fast and not too expensive way to get to Europe. So this will be also discussed. What are the challenges? What are the possibilities and the opportunities for a gateway, a transport gateway to Europe? And we will then also have our partners coming in and see how we can, in fact, improve this transport gateway. And then the third one is really about, this is about energy, and it's also about water, but definitely about how can we support our partners in Central Asia, and of course also in Uzbekistan, in the already ongoing, let's say, policies regarding renewable energies, because obviously we all know that we need to get out of fossil fuels, but this is also a gateway where we can support each other. So these are the three, let's say, main subjects. And then the idea is really to see, so what do we do next? Of course we can discuss a lot and we can make suggestions, but how do we go forward? And this will be the conference, in fact, will be on the 18th of November. But in fact, we will have some activities already on the 17th of November, where we will have a youth event, and that's I'm mentioning this one first because we've had the youth year, in fact, the year of youth, and this has been very important for Uzbekistan, but it's also definitely important for the European Union. And we will have the opportunity to exchange with youth, and also on subjects which are the challenges for the youth during during now. I mean, in now, what are the challenges for them, and what can we do with them? Talking about education, talking about higher education, TVET, technical and vocational education training. This is important. What are the jobs for tomorrow? Things like that. But then we also will have the regional ministerial meeting, which is what we call a Central Asian 5+1, which is a meeting between the regional ministers of Central Asia, the foreign ministers, together with our High Representative and Vice President Josep Borrell. This is an important event which happens every year. I have to say that a couple of years ago, some years ago, that we thought that was not realistic, but we've also seen, and this is also thanks to also, of course, the support of President Mirziyoyev. Uzbekistan has been very good also in pushing this, and we're very happy that this is also hosted in Uzbekistan this year, back to back with the connectivity conference. So these are important events for the 17th and 18th.
Thank you, and please tell us about the diplomatic relationship between the Uzbekistan and European Union.
This year has a very important year for our relations, and I'm very happy to have the opportunity to say that I think that the relationship is being strengthened between Uzbekistan and European Union. There are several reasons for this. It's not only from this year, but we have the enhanced partnership and cooperation agreement, where the negotiations were finalized. So it took a couple of years, but in fact it came into when we definitely finalized. The European Union granted GSP+, the general system of preferences, to Uzbekistan. And of course, I mean, this is an important point, because this is also, first of all, this is something which is unilaterally granted. It means that 6,000 products can be exported to Europe without any taxes. So this is important because it also shows that there is a trust, and the trust is definitely there, and we definitely are continuing to deepen. Now the third point maybe also is that we have now a multi-annual indicative program which has started for 2021 to 2027. And this is a new 7-year program which we have discussed, and we have agreed also with our Uzbek partners, and we're very happy for this. And why am I saying that this is showing our strengthened relationship? Well, because we've had a relations for the last 28, in fact, years between the European Union and Uzbekistan. And we used to have just one sector which we were active in, because this was the only sector that we sort of could work in, which was agriculture. Now we've enlarged, in fact, I was going to say dramatically, we've enlarged this scope of cooperation. We have now 3 focal sectors for the next 7 years. One is about governance and digitalization. So this is really important. This is also about working on anti-corruption. This is about working with the public service and ensuring that public services are being improved. The second focal sector is about green transition, and this is supporting, in fact, the government's and green transition strategy, the agenda, in fact, the reform agenda of President Mirziyoyev. And then the third one is what we used to do before, this is about agriculture, but it's different. It's about supporting a transition also, which is about smart and eco-friendly agriculture. It's about making sure that the agriculture is good for all. And it's definitely also something which is looking forward. I think what I'm saying here is, and this is done in fact through what we call budget support, which means that we are supporting the government's agenda. We're supporting the government's policies directly. So this shows that there is this, let's say, there is this deepened partnership, and that we are going to support. We are supporting the reform agenda, and we're very, in fact, very happy to see that the reform agenda is also, as President Mirziyoyev is saying, irreversible. Now, when I'm saying that we have these three sectors, it doesn't mean that we are not, in fact, supporting other sectors. What I have seen since I've arrived last year in March is a very dynamic Uzbekistan, and of course, with the geopolitical situation, but not only. I think it's also because of the dynamism of Uzbekistan. We've seen a lot of high-level visits to Uzbekistan, but a lot of increased relations, in fact, also with European Union, which makes me very happy, of course. Last year we already had the High Representative and Vice President coming for the International Connectivity Conference. We also had the Commissioner, Vice President Shinas coming last November, and we've had several visits of our Her Excellency, our Ambassador to Central Asia, Tei Hakala, our EU Special Representative. She was here for at several occasions. She came also last week, and we are now, in fact, already this Friday, we will see the first visit of our President of the European Council, Charles Michel, coming to Uzbekistan. And then we will have the connectivity conference with the High Representative coming again, High Representative Josep Borrell coming in November for the connectivity. So I think it also shows that the strategic importance of Uzbekistan, but also, of course, of Uzbekistan in Central Asia, and it shows that our relationship is definitely deepening. Now, probably what we can see, is that it's more relevant than ever. It's more important than ever. And it's more important than ever that we can strategically also support our partners in Central Asia and see how we can do it and how effectively we can do it. So now we're more ready, and we're definitely, we have more, in fact, I would say, with our new Team Europe initiatives on the digital and on the green energy and water, and on transport. We have much more to offer. So I think happy to see that this is going to happen now, and happy to see how we're going to do this together. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Recall our interlocutor was EU Ambassador to Uzbekistan, Charlotte Adriaen. Thank you for watching, and stay with us.